Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and The Flash, issue number 22. This is part 4 of The Button. That's it. We're finished. Now, essentially, Thawne thinks that he's smarter than everybody else until he actually gets to the end and realized, holy crap, Barry was actually telling the truth. I mean, at what point does Thawne, as evil as he is, finally come to realize that Barry's not actually going to lie to him? I mean, geez, he is kind of a Boy Scout. He does want to save lives, even Thrawn's. Now, I did, however, think it was cool that he was saying, I am immortal. I can't actually be destroyed. I know that there's the indication that he can't, and here he sees God is like, no, I don't want to die. But if he is forever, either way, they're already showing that he or somebody like him is coming back the 25th issue. So, I mean, 3 more issues, and he's going to be back anyway. So, whatever. Either way, this is a very weird comic. This genuinely, it's one of those comics where they waited an extra week for the ending, and yet, there's still, when we finally get the ending, instead of having all of our questions answered, we have more questions. So Batman is pointing out that his father was real. So there's no chance, or there's not a full chance that everything is fake inside the Speed Force, everything that happened, including that when the cosmic treadmill got destroyed and Flash had no more traction, the only way that he was able to move is if he tries to fix this thing or goes towards someplace close, someplace soon, or answers a call. Now, the loudest call that's out there turns out is actually Jay Garrett. Now, similar to when Wally West came back at the beginning of Rebirth, the onset, it turns out that Jay has a similar situation. But apparently, the Flash was not the main guy. Barry Allen was not the pillar that he needed to be. So when he touched the Flash, he kind of got blown away someplace off into orbit, whatever, I don't know. Anyway, that was weird. It was good to see him back. I really do love the Jay Garrett Flash, even if the helmet just, in a sense, has to go, but I would be so distraught if it were gone. Either way, this was actually pretty interesting. And it's weird because nothing was really answered. It was left with more questions. The bat signal goes off, and Batman is now thinking, should I even answer this call? So maybe this is something that will essentially lead to the reason why Bane is so active, and now this is his city in a sense. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. We probably won't figure it out until issue number 25. That's when everything's supposed to actually catch up, because these 4 issues, the 2 Batman, the Button issues, they did come almost a month early. So yeah, literally, it is what it is. For everything to catch up and us to actually see the repercussions of that Thomas Wayne meeting, we're going to have to just wait. In the meantime, this is a Flash comic book, and when push comes to shove, the only thing that actually really happened to the Flash was he's going to now do an autopsy on the remains of Thrawn and see what it is that actually killed him. Now, the messed up part here is that we do get to see that Dr. Manhattan is clearly involved in this some way, somehow, because there's that thing at the end, we're all just puppets, Laurie. I'm just a puppet who can see the strings. That is pretty impressive. But then we go to the Superman Doomsday Clock, and we see a pan into the button and a pan out, and we come to realize that it's a Superman symbol on the clock. So is this Superboy Prime? We know that Hank Henshaw is doing his thing already over in the Action Comics. So what's happening now? What's happening here? What is this Superman threat? I know that everything is involved around Superman. It begins and ends there with Superman. He's the only character, for the most part, who is complete there. And we did, it was announced that Superman, it's retconned so that the relationship between him and Wonder Woman back with the New 52 Superman is actually gone. It's not in continuity anymore. It doesn't exist. So yeah, everything, and this is, unfortunately, this is just typical DC. Everything is all sorts of topsy-turvy, flipped over, upside down, up is down, left is right, in is out, and everything is all the way through. So I don't know what to say about what's going on except to report on what I know, which is unfortunately not much. In the meantime, I'm going to give this comic a B-. It was not nearly as good as the build-up, the original 3, the first 3 issues of this final issue. I'm glad that I have it. I'm glad I got to read it. I'm glad I have all 4 covers. I need to get this one signed by Jason also and see, this really does feel like a complete collection. The problem is it doesn't feel like a complete answer. And sometimes it's good when you have more questions than answers at the end of a story, because it just leads to something so open-ended. But with everything kind of out of continuity now, not knowing what's real, what's not real, because it's not in alignment. We're technically 3 issues in a sense ahead of where we should be. And that's just not cool. That's not cool. Anyway, it is what it is, and that's all that it is. So, Professor Bell, Comic Book University, class dismissed.